So by the end of this video, here's what I want you to be able to learn. Number one, how to create a high converting video sales letter. So emphasis there on the high converting part. And this is because I've literally created hundreds of different video sales letters over the years for different industries in both B2B and B2C. So over the years, that's enabled me to see what works best and what doesn't work best. And I'm going to be passing back that information and that knowledge to you inside of this video. Number two, once the video sales letter is done, I'm going to go through the best ways to actually promote and advertise your video sales letter, because the reality is you could have the best video sales letter in the world, but if no one actually sees it, then it's pointless. And then number three, I'm going to go through some advanced strategies and tactics that I've used to be able to maximize your results. And this will mainly be a few simple tweaks that you can make to significantly improve your results. And I haven't really seen too many people talking about this. So a lot of people talk about how to create a video sales letter and how to promote it, but not so many people talk about what to actually do once the video sales letter is up and running and how to improve your results over time. So I'm going to go through that as well. So let's get started with step one, which is how to create a high converting VSL. So to do this, I'm just going to walk you through this article that I've created here, and I'm going to go to the write a video sales letter script part of the article. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this step. I'm going to give you more of an overview of how it all works and what to say in the video sales letter. But if you do want more of a deep dive, then if you watch this video here on YouTube, which is, if I click on it, which is called the best video sales letter formula with a real example. If you search for that video on YouTube or my channel, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about the formula I use to create a VSL. But in this video, I am going to give you an overview of that formula and how it works. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create the script in a Word document or a Google document or something like that. You want to actually write the script. And when you write the script, you want to basically split it up into 4 phases or 4 parts, as you can see here. So the first part in the video sales letter, you want to talk about the problem that your target audience has. And the reason you want to do this is because you want to build trust. And if your target audience or if your potential clients watches your video sales letter and they feel like you really understand the things that they're going through, their pain points and everything that's on their mind right now, they're going to think, wow, this person really understands me. And we have to do this at the beginning of the video sales letter, because once people think, wow, this person really understands me, they're going to be more inclined to trust you when you go through the next few parts of the video and when you eventually talk about how you specifically can help them in their business or in their life. So that's why it's so important you talk about the problem. Now, if you want a real life example of how this actually works, I recommend just looking at my video sales letter. So if you click the link in the description of this video, and there will be a link to watch my free masterclass training, that is the video sales letter that I've been using in my own business for many years now. And if you watch that video, you'll be able to see how I structure it and how I follow these 4 parts here. So the first part, like I said, is talk about the problem. The second part is you need to now show your prospects or show your leads possible alternative solutions to this problem. So why is this important? Well, you need to show them possible alternative solutions because that is what they're going to be thinking in the back of their mind. They're going to be thinking, why should I work with you? Or why is your strategy or your solution better than other alternative solutions that are out there? And if you don't address this, they're going to be thinking that in the back of their mind anyway. And if you don't address it, this could be a big bottleneck to not getting people to actually go to the next step and schedule a call with you in your calendar. Once you've gone through the problems of the other alternative solutions that are out there, then you can very logically transition into what is your solution and why is your solution better than those other alternative solutions. So once you've gone through the alternative solutions and you've explained to them why your solution is better than those alternative solutions, then all you got to do next is just say, if you want to learn more about our solution or about working with us, then just click the link below to schedule a call. So we do this by putting the video sales letter inside of a sales funnel. So just again, to give you a real life example, if you go to my free training page, you'll see a page that looks like this. And then what happens is prospects that are interested in working with us or watching this video, they can then enter their name and email, and then we send them this video. So this is the video page. And like I said, at the end of the video, if people like what they hear and they just want someone to do this for them, then they can click on a button to schedule a call in the calendar. And that's how the whole system works. So I'll go through in more detail how to actually promote this once it's all up and running later on in this video. But for now, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the steps involved and where the video sales letter appears and how you get people booking a call inside of your calendar. So once you've done part 4 and you've explained to them the next step, which is typically to schedule a call, at least that's for most of our clients since we specialize in helping people get booked appointments, that pretty much concludes the main purpose of the video sales letter. Now, what you want to do, like I said, is you want to actually have a video sales letter script, right? So you want to be able to write this out in more detail. So if you want, you can pause the screen here and take a screenshot of this. This is some bullet points of what you can talk about during the problem phase, during the alternative solutions phase, and also why your solution is better, and then the call to action or the next steps phase as well. So once you've done all of this, what you want to do next is you want to create a VSL presentation. So why do you want to create a VSL presentation? Why not just talk through the video sales letter or just have a talking head video? So the reason you want to have this or some sort of presentation, or at least you want to have a lot of moving elements or things that change on the video, is for retention. Is because if you just have a talking head video with nothing else, or if you just have someone speaking with audio only and nothing else, people are going to lose interest. Whereas if you create a presentation, or even if you have a talking head video but then you edit it and add b-roll and text and different things to keep the engagement levels high, you're going to get people watch the video sales letter for longer. And the longer they watch the video sales letter for, the more people that will reach the end of the video sales letter where they can see the next step, which is to schedule a call in your calendar. And as a result, you're going to get more appointments from doing a video sales letter this way. So that's why the next thing I recommend you do is, once you've created the script, you actually create a presentation for the video sales letter. So here's kind of an example that you can see here. For another client. This one is for an accounting firm. And what you want to do is you want to make the slides change very often. So for most clients, we typically end up having at least 100 slides, sometimes even 200 slides, because the slides are changing very, very often, again, to keep the engagement rate high. So the final part, once you've got the VSL presentation done, is to just record the presentation. So you could just record it as a faceless video like this one that I'm doing here, just by sharing your screen and going through the presentation. And many of my clients have done that and they've been really successful. If you're comfortable with being on camera, then you can also go on camera inside of the VSL recording as well. So when you're recording it, for example, you could have yourself appear in a circle in the bottom right corner of the screen. You could use different video recording software to do this. The one I use is called Descript. I can include a link in the description of this video if you want to use that as well. But really, any video recording software will be able to do the job. And then that's it. Once you've done that, you now have your video sales letter recorded and ready to go. So the next step is to promote your VSL. And I'm going to go through the best ways to promote your video sales letter to get the most leads, appointments, and clients possible in the most profitable and efficient way possible. So there's pretty much 2 paths that you can take when it comes to promoting your VSL. You can do the free and slow way, which is where you create content, and this will be content in the form of YouTube videos like this video that I'm creating right now. This is a video I'm using to promote my own VSL, because the goal of this video isn't just, I'm not just doing this for fun, even though I do enjoy doing this, but the point of this video is to be able to get leads, appointments, and clients for my own business. So that's why, again, I said to watch my own VSL, and this is how I use YouTube in order to get people to go to my VSL and go to my sales funnel. So you can do the same thing in your business. You can also create YouTube videos answering different questions about your business or about things that people may ask that are related to the services that you provide. And then you tell people in that YouTube video to click on the link in the description to watch another video that goes through how you can help them do this, or how they can learn more about your solution or whatever it is that you help people with. So creating YouTube videos is a really good way to be able to promote your VSL for free. The only downside is that it's not very fast. It does take time for your videos to start getting views and start ranking on Google and YouTube search for different keywords. But in the long term, it is a very, very profitable channel. And the other thing that you can do is also create blogs like this one. So this is a blog called How to Create a High Converting Video Sales Letter. So you'll see what I've actually done is I've created both a blog and a YouTube video on the same topic. So that way I can get traffic from both Google searches and also YouTube searches as well. So you could create a blog as well if you want to. Again, it's optional. You could just create a video if that's your preference, or you could just create a blog, or you could do what I do and just create both. And that way you kind of cover both bases. You cover people that are looking on Google and also people looking on YouTube. But if you can only do one, then my recommendation would be to do YouTube, because that is what I've seen is the best one overall, and it also gets faster results than just blogging on its own. Now, the other way that you can promote your video sales letter is the paid and fast way. So this is where you would use paid ads such as Facebook ads in order to get people into your sales funnel and start watching your VSL. So most of our clients, this is what they do, because they don't necessarily want to wait maybe 6 months to start getting results from YouTube or something like that. So what they do is they just run ads in order to get leads, appointments, and clients pretty much straight away, or at least very, very quickly. So with paid ads, the way that it works is very simple. You just have an ad. So for example, a Facebook ad, and then on the Facebook ad, you send people to your opt-in page. And this is again, the opt-in page that you would send people. So on your opt-in page, you want to keep it very simple. You want to make it look like this. And you just want to have a headline talking about the big problem that you solve for people. And then you say to people, if you want to learn how to do this, just enter your name and email and we'll send you the video. And that is going to be your video sales letter. And then again, like I said earlier, once they enter the name and email, they can go and watch your video sales letter. And then if they like what they hear in the video sales letter, they can actually click on a button to schedule a call in your calendar to learn more about working with you. And then finally, the last step, once you're getting traffic going to your video sales letter, is to look at your results and look at what the data says so that you can maximize your results. So one of the ways that you can do this is to look at your VSL engagement rate. So most of our clients do is they use a software called Kartra. And in Kartra, if you go to your Kartra video page, you'll be able to get your video sales letter analytics. So this is an example of another video sales letter for a client. And this is the first video sales letter that we created for them. And you can see from the video engagement rate, you can see that about 75% of people were watching the video during the first minute. And then we had quite a big drop off. So about 25% dropped out. And then roughly about, I'd say probably about 30% of people reached the end of the video, which is quite good considering this is a 12-minute VSL. So for most clients, I recommend doing a VSL under 10 minutes, but this client wanted to do a bit of a longer one, which is fun. We still run it and we tested it and we were able to look at the data and see what we can do to improve it. So in your business, you want to do the same thing. You want to be able to look at your VSL engagement rate and see where in the video does it show that there's room for improvement. So for other clients, we do have KPIs that we want to achieve for the video sales letter. So for example, what we want to achieve in the first minute is get 80% or more of people watching the VSL without dropping out. And by the end of the video, when we reach the call to action, we want to have 25% or more of people watching the video. So with this video sales letter example, you can see that they did really well towards the end. The engagement rate was quite high, but we did get quite a bit of a drop off in the beginning. So this was below the KPIs. So there was definitely some room for improvement. And the other thing I noticed is that even though this video sales letter was about 12 minutes long, if we look around the 7 and 8 minute mark, we had about 40% or just over 40% of people watching the video. So if we shorten this video sales letter so it was more in line with what we do for other clients, the conversion rate could very likely improve. So what we did is we took this video sales letter, we removed and edited some of the things that we said or some of the things that the client said at the beginning. And then what we also did is just tweaked a few things in the middle. So for example, here there's a bit of a part where people do drop out a little bit compared to other parts. And then we created a second version of the VSL. And this is the video engagement stats for the second version. And as you can see here, the stats are much better. So they were able to get over 80% of people watching the VSL within the first minute, which is great, which is even above average compared to other clients. And they had over 40% of people reaching the end of the video, which is again above average compared to other clients. So just by making some little tweaks in the VSL, we didn't completely redo the whole thing. We just made some tweaks to improve it. They were able to get a reduction in their cost per appointment just with this one little change. So this just shows the importance of improving and tweaking your VSL over time if you want to maximize your results. And to be completely transparent with you, with my own business, I've probably done maybe 6, 7, 8 versions of my VSL before I got one that really converted well. So don't worry if the first time you create a VSL, it doesn't convert perfectly. Whatever results you get, that's pretty much your benchmark. And then what you need to do is test another version of the VSL by looking at the video engagement stats and seeing what you can do to improve. The second thing that you can do to improve your video sales letter results is to listen to feedback from your prospects. So when you start to get appointments with people from your video sales letter, naturally, without you even asking anything, they're going to tell you about things that they liked and things that they didn't like. So on the call, they'll say something like, oh, hey, I really liked it when you said XYZ. Again, let me give you a real life example. There's a part in my video sales letter where I go through how I was able to get booked appointments over the weekend automatically as a result of using this strategy. And I actually have a screenshot of how that works. And then I've had so many people on the phone who have specifically told me, without me even asking them, they've told me, hey, I really liked it when you said in the VSL that you were able to get booked appointments automatically over the weekend as a result of this strategy. And then that told me that this was a really good thing to include in the video sales letter. So no matter what happens, I'm definitely going to be keeping that part of the video sales letter the same. However, in the past, there have been other parts of the video sales letter that maybe people were confused about, maybe they have some questions, or maybe they weren't quite convinced with something I said. So that gives me feedback on what I can do to improve. Also, I remember there was one time when I actually tested a talking head video for my video sales letter. So the content was the same, it's just that I had a talking head video instead of slides. And then as soon as I launched that, within the first few days, I actually got feedback from people saying, hey, I remember you had a different video sales letter with a presentation. I was watching that video sales letter in the past. I didn't finish it. I went back to watch it, and now there's this different video, but I don't like this style. I prefer the older style. I prefer the style of you speaking with the presentation slides. And that was very surprising to me because I thought, well, if I have a talking head video, then maybe this will build up more trust with people. But actually what I found is that having slides where people kind of follow along with what I'm saying, that was actually a format that people for some reason just preferred. So I decided to get rid of the talking head video and then just stick to the original VSL format that I had. And this is just for my business. For other clients, we've tested talking head videos, and for them, sometimes it's worked even better as long as we have things in the video to keep the engagement rate higher, such as text or moving graphics or stock footage and things like that. But the point is that you want to listen to feedback from prospects. That's the most important thing. You want to listen to what do your potential clients say, not what your friend says, or, you don't want to just show the video to someone else who isn't a potential client and say, hey, what do you think of this video? Because what they think doesn't really matter. They're not your potential client. You just want to listen to feedback from potential clients and even existing clients. That's the feedback that is the most important. So if, for example, a potential client says to you something that they liked in the video sales letter and then they actually convert into a client, then that feedback is going to be even more important because this person wasn't just a prospect, they were actually a client. So that's the other thing that I recommend that you do. And then the next thing I recommend that you do is also follow up with your leads automatically. So here's the reality of the situation. Even with the best video sales letter, and I've spent years on my own video sales letter and I've made lots of tweaks over time, and I've really improved the conversion rate as much as I realistically think I can improve it. And even with the current video sales letter that I have, and even in your own business, when you get your video sales letter converting really well, there will always be leads that don't convert straight away. And this is completely normal. This happens with every single marketing campaign, which is why it's so important to follow up with your leads automatically. That's why we send leads to an opt-in page where we send them to that page to enter their name and email, because we want to have their name and email so we can follow up with the leads that don't convert straight away. So you might be thinking, well, what kind of content do you actually say in these emails to get conversions? Well, I recommend watching this video here because in this video, I go through what are the best emails to send to leads in order to maximize your conversions and get as many leads as possible to convert into appointments and clients. So check out that video and I'll see you on the other side.